Happy summer, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. My name's Amy. It is a nice Friday afternoon in July here in the Catskills. We got a lot of rain last night, but actually now the rain has stopped. Everything's pretty much dry outside and it's cooler. So this is like the perfect temperature. This is why I love living in the Catskills. The summer and the fall have the perfect temperatures. You know, it's in the 70s during the day. At night, it drops down to the 60s, sometimes the high 50s. But it's just so, you go outside and it's just beautiful. It's still crisp outside. I love it. Now, I did take some video of the storms we got last night that I'll put in the video here. But we had some very scary looking clouds in the Catskills. No tornado though. Nothing too exciting, but the clouds were really pretty. So I took some video of it. This is right before nightfall last night. So I took some video of it and I'll show you now that video. Weren't those clouds creepy looking? I thought they were anyway. All right, the plan for today is baking. Let's bake in July. Why not? Let me show you what I got to bake. All right, I was at the grocery store yesterday in the baking aisle because I had to get some tea for my mom. I was visiting my mom and my dad. I had heard about Dolly Parton making a baking line with Duncan Hines last year, and I've never tried any of her recipes, and I happened to be in the baking aisle and I saw this fudge brownie mix and I thought, what the hell, I'll try it on my channel. So we're gonna make Dolly Parton's famously fudgy brownie mix, which includes fudgy syrup, and we're gonna see how good this is. Such a pretty box. Looks like, it almost to me looks like a doll's baking kit, like for a dollhouse. It's so pink and pretty. I'm not going to use cooking spray on this. I'm actually going to use parchment paper. I just find it's much easier to take the brownies out of a baking pan when you use parchment paper. Okay, we're going to do the simple directions. The directions on the back are for pecan pie brownies, which I'm not going to make. Instead, I'm just going to make the basic easy prep recipe. We're only going to need 1 egg, a half a cup of melted butter, and 3 tablespoons of milk. Let me pull out my baking pan and my parchment paper and the other ingredients, and we'll get baking on this. Okay, the butter is melted. Perfection. All right, we're going to mix. Let me open up the box, the brownie box. All right, this is the fudge packet. We're just going to mush it around a little bit to make sure it's soft enough to pour. All right, we're going to be mixing all the ingredients into this bowl. We're going to be mixing the brownie mix, the contents of the fudge packet, and the milk, the egg, and the melted butter. So let me add the melted butter first. Okay, that was a very relatively easy recipe to follow from the box. Let's see if Dolly Parton's bake mix is as good as her songs, her songwriting skills. I'm going to have Alexa play my favorite song that Dolly Parton wrote, I Will Always Love You. And in honor of Dolly Parton, I'm going to have that playing in the background. I'm not allowed to put that on YouTube because of copyright, but when you're baking Dolly Parton's baking mix, you got to play Dolly Parton music in your kitchen. So I'm going to do that now while we wait. Now, because I used an 8x8 baking tray, this has to bake about 30 minutes. I'm going to test it, maybe a few more minutes. If it's not done in the middle, we'll see. Now it's time to listen to some Dolly Parton. Alexa, play I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton.
Here's I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton.
If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been working on a cross-stitch project for many, many years. Many, many years. And the backstory is that I have two young nieces. I have one niece who is going into high school soon, and then I have two younger nieces who are in elementary school. So, when my older niece was born, my son was young. He was 8 years old, and I really wasn't cross-stitching that much then because I was busy between working and taking care of my son. And so I really hadn't I used to cross stitch a lot before I had kids, and then when I had my son I really didn't do much cross stitching. When my other younger nieces were born, I was back into cross stitching because my son was a teenager and I had more free time. So my older of the youngest nieces, I have almost 10-year-old niece, and I have a 7-year-old niece. So my 10-year-old niece, I made a birth announcement, again, because when my sister was pregnant, I was cross-stitching, and I made her cross-stitch birth announcement. So then she ended up having another baby. So I started another cross-stitch project for my youngest niece, and she just turned 7. Well, needless to say, I never finished her birth announcement, and she's 7 now. So last summer, I made a summer resolution that every night after I put my dogs are on a schedule. They take a nap. They're in nap right now, actually. And then they have a nighttime bedtime. So last summer, I said, okay, summertime resolution. I'm going to finish this cross stitch. So I vowed that every night after the dogs went to sleep, I was going to spend an hour in this TV room. This is my TV room. So I said, I'm going to spend an hour in my TV room and I'm going to cross stitch for 1 hour every single night in the summer when I'm not teaching. And I did that. I really, really did it. And I made a lot of progress, but I didn't finish it because the summer ended, school started, and once school started, that resolution went out the window. But the good news is that I started up again this summer. And I swear, this cross stitch is going to be done. So this is the cross stitch kit. It's a counted cross stitch kit. Let me just show you. So this is the kit, and I'm doing the pink version because it's a girl, my niece Megan. All right, so if you want to see where I was last year, I'll put the video from last summer in the description of this video, and you can go back and see how little I did. By last summer, I had nothing done. Now I'm going to show you how much progress I've made. Let me put my light on. By the way, I don't know any of you who have trouble seeing now. You know, obviously I'm getting older. As a Gen Xer, I hit my 50s, and now I have trouble seeing. So I ordered this light with a magnifying glass. So it has a little switch here, and it will light up and magnify your project. In this case, it's a cross stitch. And it's so convenient because you can move it around. You can move it up and down right on your lap. And this is how I've been cross-stitching. So I'm just going to put the light on so we can see my cross-stitch. Let me put this down. Oh, I got this cool book on generations that I've started reading. And it's supposedly this book, let me show you, just a little side note. But this book supposedly talks about how each of the current generations is shaped, their personalities are shaped by the time they were born in. And I thought it was an interesting book, so I started reading it. All right, let's look at my cross stitch. I finished all the writing here. The moon is done. The cow is totally complete. The stars are done. Everything's done. And I've put her name in. And I'm going to put her birth date. And I might put, like, for my sons, I put how much he weighed. I might do that. So, once this is complete, it's almost done, I'm so close. Then I'm going to have it framed. And I'm going to have it professionally framed. That'll be part of the gift. And they will press it and frame it, stretch it. And then that will be her gift for, you know, an upcoming holiday. So I am going to be done with this summer. I'm very close to being done now. I'm so happy. What am I going to do with all my free time when this cross stitch is done? I don't know. I'm going to need a new resolution. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on that while the brownies were baking, that I have almost finished my cross stitch. And when it's framed, I'll come back and show you guys. But I'm very happy, and I'm not having any more nieces or nephews because we're all getting up in age. So this is going to be it for a while in terms of like birth announcements. I guess the next thing I'll be doing is wedding announcements. But none of my nieces and nephews or my son are ready for marriage yet. So we're not going to do that quite yet. But I'm assuming marriage announcements are probably going to be the next thing I'm cross-stitching for family anyway. All right, let's go back in the kitchen and check on the brownies. I just pulled the brownies out of the oven. I had to bake them a little bit longer than 30 minutes. But they look good. The kitchen smells delicious. And in a little while, once they're cooled, I'll cut them and we'll try them. And we'll see if Dolly Parton's Duncan Hines brownies are as good as the homemade ones that I made in an earlier video. We'll see. Time to taste the brownies. I think I cut them when they were a little too warm. I'm going to try them anyway. Let's just try a piece. You know what? That is a fudgy brownie. It's very fudgy. It's really delicious. The crust is chewy. And the middle is very, very fudgy. Delicious. Thumbs up. Good job, Dolly. So if you see this in your grocery store, I recommend Dolly Parton's Fudgy Brownies. I'm making a mess. Really good. I really like it. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.